Meaning of the word enthusiasm? Okay, energy to work. En in Latin means inside. Theos means God. Enthusiasm is theos.
The energy to work will come only when you think that the working is your philosophy of your life.
Okay, very good, very good, very good, very good. The real meaning of the word enthusiasm is entheos. God inside provokes you to do your work. That's what we say, Gayatri Mantra, Prachodayat. You know, at the end of the day you say, please encourage me to do. And what is it? Real wanting to do work is different from having to do work. Now most of us are here or do our work because we want salary out of it or income out of it. We don't love our work. If you love your work, you are called enthusiasm to work, number one. So you get up in the morning and ask yourself, do I today want to go to office or have to go to office? If a child asks in the morning, do I have to go to the school or want to go to the school? Most children will say, I don't want to go to the school. But if you ask a child, do you want to go to an ice cream parlor? The child says yes. Schools have become so bad these days. Of course, they were bad earlier also. Because Alexis Carrel, Nobel laureate, said, every newborn child is a genius, only to be converted into an idiot in school. You laughed, but it's the truth. You know, when a child is born, it's like God. So much of curiosity. He wants to know everything about this world. You go to school, you're all put into one slot. What we call as education, today's Western education, where you are all converted into robots. You have to repeat the same thing what the teacher says. I'll tell you my personal experience. I had a grandchild which was born abroad. So he was going to school there. So he's so curious about everything. And whenever he meets me, he'll ask me such questions that I can't answer. They have transferred now to India and he's going to school here. Now he won't talk to me because he says, Ajja, I have no time to talk to you because I got to learn so many things. So he was so upset one day because he went to the class and there was an exam. So he wrote, Obavanu vana keli hodidalu. You know that story about Obava? But the teacher had said, vana keli Obavanu hodidalu. Because he said, Obavanu vana keli hodidalu, he got 0 mark. So he was so upset, he went to the teacher. And the teacher said, you have done the wrong thing. You didn't follow what I said. So this is called making us robots. This is the education that we inherited from Britain. In the 18th century, industries came up. So they wanted workers in the industry who should not ask questions. They should not think. They should not have any original ideas. They should all understand something, follow that, what is told to them. And that same education, we are calling it education here. Then we say legally there is Right to Education Act. I asked the Prime Minister one day, what is the right to education? You want the bad education, child to have a right? Right to good education is a good thing. And where is the good education? Indian education of the hoary past. Look at our education, I'll tell you. Even the punishment was scientific. What punishment were our teachers giving? Screw your ears. Do you know why? Tell me. Very scientific. This is all cartilage. If you screw it once, the pain will remain for a week. Child will remember, I shouldn't do that mistake again. Number 2 is, whenever you screw your ear, the part of the brain which is meant for memory, not mind, memory, which is called the hippocampus major, gets stimulated. Now West calls it a super yoga. Now they do not squeezing but pulling the pinna to stimulate your brain. This is called super yoga. If you go to Tamil Nadu, they've got what's called Topukaranam. Every child is taken to Pullayar temple before going to the exam. Pullayar temple is the Ganesha temple, where the child goes and does his Topukaranam, holds this and does this. Do you know why? It stimulates the hippocampus major. The memory is so stimulated that the answers come to the questions so easily in the exam hall. Very scientific, everything is scientific, but we don't want that education. We want the Western education. That's unfortunate because most of us, if not all of us, are RNIs. You know RNIs? Not NRIs, RNIs. Resident non-Indians. We are residing in India but thinking with American mind. Somebody was telling me on the way from the airport here, one of your members, I think your president or future president or ex-president, he was telling me, you were the one propagating coconut oil 40 years ago when I was a student in Udupi, you had written an article called Tengina Ennige Grahachara. I wrote an article in a local Kannada paper. So I was telling people, look at coconut oil. If you analyze the fat in coconut oil, analyze mother's milk, it is the same fat, sodium monolauric acid. And if mother's milk is good, coconut oil must be the best. But people were saying coconut oil is poison. Doctors were saying coconut oil is poison, it's cholesterol and all that you say. If a doctor says coconut oil has cholesterol, he has not passed his biochemistry first MBBS exam. Because cholesterol comes from animal source, not from vegetarian source. So coconut oil cannot have cholesterol. But what is happening is, now America has found out coconut oil is the best oil. They had knew it earlier, but they wanted to kill it for business sake. Now they are saying coconut oil is good. Everybody says, yes, coconut oil is very good. Now our doctors also say coconut oil is very good. So we don't want to believe anything that we say, but it must come from America. Now yoga is originally Indian. It went to America, got converted into several types of yogas and has come back. Now we say yoga is great. So this is our unfortunate thing about our educational system. So if you change the educational system to build a healthy mind instead of just a wealthy career, this country, nay, the world will change. I want all chartered accountants to have a very healthy mind. Healthy mind will have a healthy body, because mind and body are the same. E is equal to M. Energy is matter, matter is energy. There is no separate matter. So your energy is your mind, matter is your body. So there is not equal mind and body, but mind body is one. And your mind is the one that you have to train to have a healthy life. Lot of people say, how to avoid heart attack, doctor? You think there's a block in the vessel is a cause of the heart attack? No. Block in the vessel is a good business for me. I can tell you I want to bypass that and take about 5 lakhs from you. But that block has been bypassed by nature or God long ago. Otherwise you would live. Supposing you had 100% block, how can you survive? So as the block appears over a period of years, the collaterals come. I have a ACE patient in Mangalore. This man saw me about 40 years ago, when he was about 50 plus. And he brought an angiogram where all vessels are blocked. Every single vessel of his heart was blocked. And he said, doctors asked me to immediately have bypass surgery. So I looked at the angiogram. Nature had done so much a bypass. His whole heart was so beautifully supplied by blood. So I told him, look, you don't require anything. Nature has done the job. We can only do a cosmetic work on top of it and harm you. So don't worry. But his children were all in America. So they thought, this village doctor doesn't know. So they took their father to America. They went to Mayo Clinic and showed their angiogram. That Mayo Clinic doctor said, send your father back home. Ask him to have a peg of whiskey every night and enjoy life. He will not die. Don't touch him. And that man is alive now, 94. And you can see him today, 94, ramrod straight. He had 3 cancers after that in the last 40 years. Survived all the cancers also. And this is a very quick man. If you read Mangalore newspapers, this man has now taken the voluntary job of chief traffic warden. Early morning at 9 o'clock, he's about 6 feet 4 inches height. He'll put on that police dress and come and stand in Hampalkatta and direct traffic. At the age of 94. And he's so fit and healthy. Why is he healthy? He has a healthy mind. I always say, mind, your heart will be fine. If you don't mind your mind and fill the mind with hatred, jealousy, greed, ego, depression, etc., you will die of a heart attack very soon. The cause of a heart attack is not the block, but a bad mind. It's a bad mind that attracts a clot, and that clot kills. And if you had a block earlier, you probably don't die. If you didn't have a block, if you were very young and didn't have a block at all, if you get a heart attack, you will die instantaneously on the spot. That's called sudden death syndrome, which is different from heart attack. Before the heart attack occurs, you are dead. So your heart on postmortem looks normal, but you may have died of a heart attack, because the heart is called electric death. And this happens. It happens in 2 circumstances. A, if you are an alcoholic, if you drink a lot of alcohol, your wiring inside the heart gets eaten up, moth eaten. and wiring gets snapped one day. So you suddenly drop down dead. But if you have a heart attack and you are old and have many blocks, you will never die. You will have chest pain, come to the doctor, make the doctor rich, and you will go on and on and on, jug on, and you don't die. So the secret is the block in the vessel, coronary vessel, is not the cause of a heart attack. Recently they did a study in America. They took angiograms of people, lot of people, and everybody had some block. So they didn't interfere, didn't tell them, but wrote down, this man has a block in the left anterior descending artery, and if he gets a heart attack, he must have a heart attack in that territory. Like that they left and then observed them over the last 20 years. Now a few of them did have a heart attack, but never in the area where there is a blocked vessel. So blocked vessel is not the cause. Where there is an open vessel, that got a clot and that had a heart attack. But even then what happens is, we simply frighten you because that's our business. Just now I was talking to a friend of mine sitting here, and he was saying he is absolutely fine but his sugar level is very high. So he had a very pertinent question, very logical question. Doctor, doesn't your body get used to a higher level of sugar? I told him yes, it does. Because he says, I'm absolutely fine. If doctors give me tablet and try to bring my sugar down, I feel miserable. I said, you are absolutely right.